Yo, okay, so I left my glasses in my mother's purse, so I'm gonna squint a whole bunch as I do this one. Um, can't get those from her because, anyways. So I have these Mr. Christmas things my neighbor gave me. I have never in my life heard of Mr. Christmas. It's these, I'm gonna say it. Mr. Christmas Mickey's Clock Shop. Okay, so I'm gonna make these into something else. I don't know exactly how much I'm gonna edit them, but so far, let's gut them. I wanna see what's inside them. And they're heavy. So I first find a screwdriver that will fit in there and start trying to figure out how to get in there. I took off every single screw off of the first little one. I'm holding the big one. One of these little ones, I take off every single screw to see how it works and what's on the inside. And there are these cool little houses that apparently used to sing and light up. I took all the pieces off and apart and together, so I'm gonna do a little scene or something. I'm not exactly certain what I'm gonna do, but don't mind me. So at first I wanted to play with it because there's Minnie Mouse, and I love Minnie Mouse. I used to have a Minnie Mouse doll I lost. A big one. I loved it. I want another one day. Minnie Mouse. So originally I wanted her to have a house, because like we got all these little people. Oops, almost dropped Mickey. Mickey and Minnie can have a house, but this one's the toy shop. So like she doesn't come off, so I would have to paint the toy shop. But I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Hold on, man. Okay, I'm back to the clock shop. So, anyways, I have a huge fear and issue with bugs. So Christmas trees aren't a thing. At some point, they all got thrown away in a panic because, bugs. So now there's a Christmas tree on the wall. Long story short, blah, blah, blah. Everybody in the family has an ornament. Some of the people in the family didn't have an ornament because we only had so many of them, and the family is extremely large. And over time, it grew, obviously, people get married and stuff. So I made some new ones to put on the thing. They didn't have backs. Well, I made backs, but the backs fell off. So I was working on making new backs, so they were baking. Anyways, I got one of these things, take it apart. And I realized you can move these little dudes around. So I didn't actually take this all the way apart because I thought that was kind of cool, and it might keep that mechanism. Okay, anyways, I just did my COVID shot booster thing and my flu shot, so because nerves, and I might have too much, but when do you stop? You don't stop. So this, I don't even remember most of this week. This has been a rough week. There's been so much pain on my side that goes all the way up that I haven't been able to do very much. So the only thing I did was this. This is going to be a big project that lasts who knows how long. I'm going to do it piece by piece and see where it gets me. Hopefully it's done by Christmas. And I'm not even exactly sure what I plan to do to each little thing. First, I'm going to base coat them. And then what, So we're going to see what I do with these little houses. Still here I am taking this stuff out. Lots of gears and gizmos and screws and stuff. Weird old screws. But, I kept, the only pieces I kept out of it were the hooks because I figured that would be useful. So I took those hooks. But everything else seemed, I don't know. I didn't want to try to use it. So I'm going to start working on those in a few days when I'm capable. I have contacted 2 doctors so far. First, I tried to contact the first doctor because, first I thought, I'm fine, right? it hasn't been 2 weeks, but apparently it's been 16 days since the shot, and I'm not supposed to still be in this much pain apparently after that. So I was told to tell the pain management doctor who did the shots. So I tried to leave him a message, but he's a really hard doctor to get in contact with. He's not available in the list, and they don't answer their phone at that place. So, you know, how do you contact the doctor who just did your spinal shots? That's stressful. Anyways, and also my fingertip is finally healed most of the way. I've got skin closed. You know, there's a little dip where the piece of flesh is missing, and there's 3 pieces. It looks like 3 cuts at this point. And if you don't like stare at it and you don't know what happened, it just kind of looks like a little bit of a cut. So it's good now for the most part, and I can kind of do stuff with it. As long as I avoid certain motions. I can't do too much grabbing. I don't want to pull it back open, but it's mostly healed. So I'm going to start doing stuff. I was going to do something simpler than this because I didn't want to show my finger on camera. I have an issue with gore and blood, so I'm not going to just like put that out there for strangers. That's rude. I have zero train of thought today. Wherever, actually, when was the last time I had a train of thought? That was probably December of last year. Oh my God. Because in January, well, technically, I had about 2 weeks of January before I had an issue because I was electrocuted on, I think, like the 15th or something. I've written down 15th, 17th, something like that. It was the very beginning of January of this year. And then after that, everything went downhill. In March, a bunch of things changed, you know, and then in June, more things changed, and now here we are. Ugh. Oh yeah, and then April, oh my God, I got really hurt in April. And that basically, but yeah, so be careful. Fight or flight can literally take you out. You think you're fleeing from danger, but you're actually endangering yourself severely. But surgery won't fix it. It's permanently damaged, and I have to figure out how to live with it. Yay me. But, you know, I enjoy stuff like this when I can. I think this took me like maybe, I don't know, it was only like an hour because it was before my shot. I was trying to kill time because anxiety, you know, gets all up in your head. So you got to do something. So I went to do this, and then now I have anxiety that I was breathing air with particles of screws that are old. But it's only from 1998, right? So it's not that old. It's younger than I am. That's not true. I'm not 90. I'm only 72. I don't understand how electricity works, so I was afraid every time I touched something on here that I was going to get electrocuted. But then I kept trying to tell myself there's no power source. It gets plugged into a wall. But weird little things on here looked like batteries and stuff, so I was afraid of it. Also, odd random things were magnetic. That was weird. So that was the heaps and guts of this musical instrument from the Stone Ages of the 90s. I feel like the 90s has a name. It must have a name. That generation, you know, Stone Agey type name. Retro era, I don't know. I could name it. I'm gonna name it the Stone Ages. I don't know though, because it's the retro Stone Ages. You know, it's the neon pop plastic couch, clear purse, sweaty see-through shoes era, jean on jean on jean. You know, there is some stuff that should not be repeated. Like the super low-rise pants. Those are physically uncomfortable to wear. But hey, you know, there's this pants, there is this pair of pants that looks like a skirt, but it's really pants. I loved them because they're comfortable. My mom hated them because they look funky. I don't really care what they look like. Obviously, I put very little effort into my clothes 98% of the time. But that 2% of the time, I wear the same stuff. Yeah. Okay, I really am 72. One day you just, boom, you realize you're old. That day you realize, why are they on my lawn? Get off my lawn. You're old. I'm old. So next week I'm going to do some more of these, but bye.